quick. Let's look at which God requires the first. Hold up. Let me see. All right, so which child requires the firstborn child? Let's see. Isn't that Saturn? Hang on. Is it? Well, we know it's Moloch, who is also Saturn, who is also Shiva, the child eater. This is the god of time. Now, how can you be a god of time? Now, gods are usually immortal, right? Time equals death. So how can you be the immortal god of death? Well, you sustain your immortality by sucking the youth or eating the youth of the new souls which come into the realm, right? Hence what Kronos is doing here, eating a baby. This is child sacrifice and blood sacrifice represented at the same time. This guy is the same as this being. This is Moloch or Baal or Baalim, right? Look at the baby being offered into the hands, right? It's all the same God. This is Saturn. Okay, so as long as you understand that Saturn, Kronos, everything we was getting into before, right? This is the child sacrifice God. All right? Let's go.
Yes, advanced. It is believed that a section of leaders from Kenya's opposition have been visiting the shrine with the hopes of winning the upcoming general elections. This Nigerian witch doctor revealed that Kenya's opposition leader and presidential candidate Raila Odinga drank human blood in order...
No, I said Nasi was my mentor. That's what I said. I said Nasi is like an older brother to me, a mentor. The Most High is my teacher. That's it. And matter of fact, take your ass the fuck up out of here. Beeps. All right, now we out. You little stink African ass out of here.
To become Kenya's next president.
Blood.
So if this nigga become Kenya's next president, you know why.
It's like to drink, to eat blood. So that is why they pray that if they pray, we're going to go drink our blood.
In 2015, Raila sacrificed his firstborn son after he was advised to do so by the witch doctor. Kenya's elections are next week.
Right, Kenya's elections are next week. Kenya's elections are next week. This nigga sound like T'Challa, nigga. Why every African sound like T'Challa, bro? Come on, son. General elections were held in Kenya on the 8th, August 17th, to elect the president. All right. The reported results indicated that incumbent president Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't want to butcher his name, was re-elected with 54% of the vote. His main opponent, Raila Odinga, refused to accept the results and contested them in the Supreme Court. It was later announced that a new election would be held in October 17. The date for the presidential election was later changed to the 26th of October 2017. Despite the ruling for a new presidential election, Odinga later announced his decision to withdraw from the repeated election on October 10th. Ready? Let's go. Look. Two sacrificing ass niggas. Both of them are engaged in witchcraft in order to see which spirits are going to help which one more. Come on, bro. Okay. It's not frozen. Just wait for it. All right, so right now there's a total political crisis in Kenya in relation to these election results. Although the current president, Uhuru Kenyatta, is being projected as a winner, Raila holds a lot of power in certain regions in Kenya. He has been encouraging protests and civil disobedience in the protests of the vote. During this particular election, people have been assassinated, including the man who was headed of communications and technology in the IEBC, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which is responsible for the new voting system in this election. It is believed Kenyatta and the current party were responsible. The victim was tortured before he was killed. Damn. And even the FBI volunteered to investigate. The election has revealed a lot of corruption within the African country, we're speaking about Nigeria, as well as the total blasphemy that happens in complete rebellion to Yah, laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? If this is the time where our people are waking up, what's going on with them? Right. He probably didn't want to give up a family member or nothing like that. All right. See, because of the worst part of this whole election in Kenya, is both of the options the Kenyan people have to choose as their leader are both blood sacrifice voodoo occult members. So do you understand this is how the political game works? These niggas are fucking Masons. They're Satanists. They use witchcraft. They do voodoo. It don't matter what you want to call it. Voodoo, Santeria. I don't care what you want to call it. What we call it in Jamaica. We call it obia. What do you want to call it? Obia or anything else? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Things fall apart as Jubilee has now turned witchcraft witch doctors to save the presidency. So let me show you what this is reminiscent of. When Moses went before Pharaoh, right? This is the guys who would have been on Pharaoh's side, practicing voodoo, practicing Santeria and Obia and all that type of crap. And Moshe would have been those of us on the other side over here, using the same power, but for a different purpose. Do you understand? Applying the Torah to the knowledge. These guys don't know nothing about no Torah and the rules of the Creator and of an engagement. This is real life shit. This is not made up. This is actual presidents and all that type of shit. When you niggas is saying y'all African, how come y'all ain't doing shit like this? Cracking coconuts or on rocks and shit and then praying over them. Wearing fucking wooden pipes on your cock and shit. A spirit of confusion was then released by the witch doctor and sent to all parts of the nation. A spirit of confusion, right? Oh, them niggas trying to glitch me out. They're calling on demons. Now think about it this way. Right? If you were doing something just and something righteous, why would you send out a spirit of confusion or wickedness, right? So that the people will not be able to tell that you're doing wickedness. Anyway. Why don't see niggas on 125th doing that shit? But they always pushing Africa.
Doctor revealed that Kenya's opposition leader and presidential candidate Raila Odinga drank human blood in order to be...
Are you listening? This is a testimony that a guy is making. This is a police member. I expose him own people.
This Nigerian witch doctor revealed that Kenya's opposition leader and presidential candidate Raila Odinga drank human blood in order to become Kenya's next president.
Listen to what T'Challa is telling you.
You like to eat blood. So that is why they do that.
The reason why they drink the blood is, yes, the adrenochrome Okay? The useful nature, the demons need that to sustain themselves, their energy. But it's also a part of it's just a sacrificial ritual. The life is in the blood. The electromagnetic energy of the soul is in the blood. Right?
In
2015, Raila sacrificed his firstborn son after he was advised to do so by the witch doctor.
Well, he was advised to do so by the witch doctor?
About an hour ago, saying that the fact that the judges could not reach a quorum of 5, some of them couldn't even catch flights to the judgment this morning. Several are missing, so in the end there were only 2 chief justices sitting on the bench to rule on this emergency petition about whether these elections can go ahead. And of course we know that last night one of the judges, the Supreme Court Justice, Chief Justice Philomena Mwali, her driver was attacked. With guns. He took several bullets. We understand that he's in a local Nairobi hospital. So the opposition are seeing this as some attempt to subvert the independence of the judiciary and indeed the Electoral Commission itself.
You see the nigga glitching all over the place? The nigga probably not even a human. Remember what we was talking about? Hold on. It's called liquid crystal polarization. Okay? These motherfuckers ain't human. Okay? Every time a non-human, or let me just say this, there's some type of electromagnetic disturbance. Okay? So every time we see that happen, it's usually around somebody who's considered a reptilian. But anyway, if you hear me chomping, that's fucking lettuce. I swear to you, my mouth is closed. I hate soundtracks to eating food. I promise you.
For their part, the government is going ahead with the election. They say, for the process to finish so that the country can move forward. So we're at this impasse at the moment, Max, where we're expecting crowds of NASA supporters, as Mr. Odinga supporters, in Uhuru Park in about an hour, where he will make his announcement about what to do.
Well, I'm joined now by the Kenyan opposition leader, Raila Odinga. Odinga, you're coming to us live from Nairobi. I don't know if you can hear me, sir. It's Robin Kono here at the CNN Centre. Mr. Odinga, can you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Thank you, sir. You're live on air. Thank you for joining us. You pulled out of this election. It went ahead anyway. Some of the regions, the counties, have not yet voted. What happens on Saturday, particularly in these opposition areas where voting still hasn't taken place?
Well, the Electoral Commission told the people that they have a choice to participate in the vote or to boycott if they wanted to. And the people of those regions they're talking about opted not to participate in the vote.
Registered voters turned out, and voting in several locations.
Wait, so y'all can't hear it? Y'all, let me know when y'all be able to hear something. Till then, gotta munch on this vegetable burrito. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I've been cheating for like a week and a half, nigga. Nigga, I went on a binge and just was eating lamb for like a week and a half. Straight not giving a fuck. Just, it's too good. And when I tell you the shit was so good, but it didn't feel good going out. So now I'm ready to stop now. Again. Pour some of this Mexican hot sauce on my burrito, baby. I know you've been good to me. Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby. I don't even have to warm this motherfucker up. It's so good. Okay, ready? We can get back to it.
Has been suspended. The Constitution says all constituencies have to vote. Surely that alone makes this election illegitimate.
All right. The Western countries, USA, Great Britain, France, would prefer Rilo and the opposition because Rilo says he is for real democracy and fair elections, right? So both of them are Satanists, right? Both of them are Satanists. So it doesn't matter. This is controlled opposition, like somebody said earlier in the comment section. And then when they have what they call economic hitmen, who then come in and try to influence the elections or whatever, so they can put somebody who's going to benefit them in control, right? So to be fair, the current leadership assassinates people and shoots up judges' bodyguards, so it is easy to see why people want change. However, they all seem to be part of the larger problem, right? See that 33 right there? That's how you know it's some bullshit. This is a Masonic setup.
The legitimacy of any election is provided for and anchored in the Constitution. It is determined by constitutional provision, and it is also determined by the people of Kenya.
Oh, this is the part I wanted to bring y'all to. Look at this shit. Look at this nigga holding them European hands. Look at these niggas. This is Psalm 83. Right? Or am I lying? Huh? Psalm 83. Psalm 83. Psalm 83. Psalm 83. Now, let me stop. All right, ready? Keep not thou silence. This is the other nation speaking, right? Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their heads. So, excuse me, this is not the enemy speaking, not yet. This is still David speaking, if I'm not mistaken. They have taken crafty counsel against the people. The they that's speaking is all the nations who are going to be listed right here. You see them here, right? And it's going to get to them. So this is the they, right? Excuse me. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, right? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. How did they cut the children of Israel off from being a nation? Because remember, the Arabs came over here, the Moors. The Arabs came over here before the white man came over here, right? They held us in captivity over here. This is why the Pope gave the credence, not credence is the word, gave the permission, that's not the word I'm looking for, but gave the permission through Dum Diversus and all the preceding documents to come over here and conquer the Saracens, right? Because the Saracens had came over here and conquered us. So we was already in some type of bullshit captivity. We was continuing to do the bullshit. Another wave come. So it go, right? So what does it say here? Hang on. Cut them off from being a nation. They beat our language out of us, and they stole our history and flipped everything upside down. Remember, from the 1400s to the 1800s. If you go to history prior to the 1400s, we have a better chance of finding out what the actual facts are. Okay? In between 1400 and 1800 is full of hijack, right? So this is what they did to us. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, right? They're jealous of us. What did I just get done saying? All the other nations, why do you think all these other nations have the same attitude and temperament towards us? They smile in our face and then talk shit behind our back, right? And then when we expose them, they turn around and say, well, it's not all of us. It's not all of us. But nigga, you just was denying it as a whole. And now that I proved that it's at least some of you, now you want to tell me it's not all of us? Well, if it ain't all of you, what are you doing about the ones who are doing it? Oh, you're doing nothing because you're all benefiting, just like white people. You see it? This is why I love Torah. I can't wait for this live to get over so I can get back in my thing. You know what I mean? Look. For they have consulted together. So all the nations which are about to be named, all of these motherfuckers, they all work together as one group, one united nation. Yeah? Yeah or no? Yeah or no? Is prophecy coming alive for you or what? Are you understanding yet or not? Okay? Let's see who's up in there. Edom. That's not the white man. It's some of these niggas that we think are Israelites. Same thing with Ishmaelites. These are niggas too. These are probably the niggas that be the Moors and shit of Moab. All these niggas that claim they're Moab. Come on, son. I gotta find out who these are. The Hagarenes? Hagar. So the descendants of Hagar. Okay? Descendants of Hagar. You got Gebel, Ammon, Amalek. We know those are the fake Jews, or at least the descendants of the fake Jews. The Philistines, whoever these people are, they're a dark-skinned people from the continent of Africa. African. These two are fellow Native American Aboriginal tribes. They would be located over here. Ammon, Amalek, on the other side of the world. Philistines, the other side of the world. Asur, or Ashur, also is joined with them. So these are the East Indians. They have Hopin. What the fuck is Hopin? I've never seen that word in my life. What the fuck?